What's up, YouTube? We're back with another Avatar Bronze to Mythic draft. Yesterday, I posted a poll asking what we should do in light of the fact that we've been really hitting a wall with our Avatar Bronze to Mythic run. And right now, the leading vote is to keep on keeping on. So that's what we'll do. That poll will stay open, so I will be keeping tabs on if people want to see other things. But in the meantime, we're going to keep on drafting Avatar. Positive outlook, positive mentality. Let's see if we can still make it to Mythic. Let's jump in and see how we do. All right, here we go. Positive mentality. Positive mentality says Legend of Karuk is fun and pretty good, and it might be a little worse than Secret Tunnel. I think they're very comparable, but this one's also worth 40 gems to me, and this one's worth 20 gems to me, and this one I haven't gotten to play with yet. So it's 4 mana for 2 turns straight. You scry 2 and draw a card, so it replaces itself immediately with some selection, and then, yeah, keeps it going. And then when it flips, it becomes a 4/3 that says whenever you cast a spell, make 1/1s that can't block or can't be blocked, and exhaust, so one time, waterbend 20, take an extra turn. Pretty crazy card. Generally speaking, when it flips, your opponent needs to immediately remove it, otherwise you just start making 1/1s and win the game that way. You only need to make 2 or 3 1/1s to have it kind of take over the game. Pretty fun card. We haven't gotten to play with it. We're going to rock and roll and see what we do with it. Well, Azula is not really the card that goes with it, nor is it a card that I think is a particularly good build around. As a 4 mana 4/4 that kind of has to attack to do anything in this set, I don't think that's quite good enough. Some Warriors is easily the best card in this pack. It's like not even close. And I've been of the mentality lately of I'm just going to take the best cards and force it and let mana be our deciding factor. Whoa. Spirit Water Revival with Legend of Karuk, very good. Airbending Lesson, though, is just nuts. It's just a nuts card. There's even a Forecasting Fortune Teller in Octopus form. Hopefully we'll wheel one of those. I'll take the Spirit Water Revival, Legend of Karuk. Maybe we are like a mono blue or almost mono blue situation. If I see an early Waterbender scroll, I may just, commit to being mono blue. I've done very little of the mono-colored decks in this format, mainly because I like staying open as a drafter. I think you're rewarded in this set, especially with the way the rares are, for not being super committal. Knowledge Seeker is amazing. It's like definitively the best card in this pack. It's not even close. Twin Blades is good. Razor Rings is fine. Guana Parrot's playable. Yeah. Easy. Knowledge Seeker goes great with our Legend of Karuk, which draws 2 cards a turn for 2 turns straight. Spirit Water Revival also draws an additional card when you play it. So you could play like Knowledge Seeker into just 3 mana, draw 2, but it's not really how you want to use this card. Some Warriors is looking less and less playable by the moment. It looks like the person passing to us has a lot of choices to make. I'm going to take Lost Days here. I think Airbender's Reversal is slightly better. Close. And First Time Flyer is fine, but we have no lessons. Lost Days has been really good. It draws 2 cards. It's kind of that mid to late game removal spell that you need in these blue decks to stabilize. The fact it replaces itself is super important. The fact it makes you a clue. It's kind of insane how good it is. It's also a lesson, notably. Uh, hmm Like compared to Zuko's Exile, so like 5 mana, I make a clue and shuffle away your thing, versus 5 mana, I exile your thing and give you the clue. No, thank you. I don't love taking a Benevolent River Spirit. I think we have plenty of good late game, and this doesn't really contribute to any of that. I'm tempted to take literally just like Wall Top Sentries. I think it's a better card. Uh, More likely to make my deck. It's 3 mana, 2/3. Death Touch does all the things. This is a 7 drop, but really usually it's a 4 drop. I'm going to take it. If there's a world where we're mono blue, this is how it starts. Wari Grasp, easy pickup here. Second Azula for whoever decided to commit to doing that strategy. Not going to be me. Ruinous Waterbending's pretty good in these decks where you're not playing really any early game creatures, but I'll take my mono blue card. Did the Giant Koi make a drop sound when I took it? I don't know if you guys could hear that. In my headphones, it sounded like a drop of water when I took the Giant Koi. That's pretty cute. I don't want a second Giant Koi. I don't really want Honest Work, but I'll play it if it's what I need to do to play mono blue and whatnot. So we're looking for Waterbender Scroll. There's plenty of early game creatures we'd like. This pack had Forecasting Fortune Teller in it. Just kidding, it's the next pack. Iguana Parrot is great. I think this pack had Octopus Form and Forecasting Fortune Teller. The one we just passed here had some Warriors, and then this is the one that had Spirit Water Revival. Uh, and then Octopus Form and Forecasting Fortune Tellers. Very nice. So obviously someone took the Forecasting Fortune Tellers, the better card. We actually don't have a lot of cards that we want to be Watery Grasping. That's not necessarily going to be true for long, and it's amazing with Legend of Karuk. I'll take Zuko's Exile and not play it. So a world where we're mono blue and splashing for some warriors? Probably not. I'd say we're still open to a second color. There's a lot of bombs I would open and just immediately say, yep, we're playing that. Appa, any of the black board clears, Airbender's Ascension, and Toph. Airbender's Ascension when we have essentially 3 creatures in the entire deck, none of which really want to be bounced. Seems pretty bad. Take a second Lost Days. Seems pretty bad. Honestly, everything other than blue has looked really closed off for us. Summer of the Past is not really playable for us. We can take a second Lost Days. I can hedge on a Path to Redemption or a Lightning Strike. I'm not taking Toph either. I feel like I need more early game. I'm going to take Lightning Strike. Red has seemed more open, I guess, and I'm passing good white cards, and a Lightning Strike would make our deck a lot better if we end up playing it. Oh, Teo's pretty good. First time Flyer's pretty good. It's like not a single red card that's relevant here, but there's a second Path to Redemption, I guess. Teo, when we have Iguana Parrot as a flyer, Benevolent River Spirit as a flyer, it's pretty good on its own. Seems okay. First time Flyer is possibly better, but we only have the one lesson in our deck. I guess Lost Days is also a lesson. Teo's the strongest card. Big Path to Redemption here. Nah, I'm gonna take Teo. He's the strongest card. Foggy Swamp Spirit Keeper. I think I'm actually gonna take Iroh's Demonstration. We're so far into mono blue that splashing a little bit of red for just primo removal doesn't sound terrible. And Iroh's Demonstration is absolutely primo removal. I'm not gonna splash in a Twin Blades when there's a Wari Grasp in the pack as well, which just does everything we want. We need more early game removal to be able to get to our late game shenaniganry. Professor Zay being mono blue, pretty good. Early game blocker, your opponent doesn't feel great about killing it. I love all the things for it. We can take 40 gems here with a Walls of Bossing Say. I think Waterbending Lesson is a must grab. I think you need at least one of these in your decks, in these heavy blue decks. Wow, not a single blue card. That could mean there was like one blue card, and since it's the 7th pick, whoever that other blue player is took it. I'll take my 20 gems on a completely unplayable rare. For second Professor Zay, blue-red land, or Iguana Parrot. I think second Professor Zay seems great with Iroh's Demonstration and Lightning Strike. It also means that you can play Spirit Water Revival as a draw 2, and then it doesn't exile itself unless you water bent it. So then later I can play Professor Day, sack him, get back Spirit Water Revival, and do the 7 mana, shuffle all the things, blah 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 blah. I like it. Really would love to see a Waterbender scroll. Obviously we're not going to see it this pack. Lessons are coming in now. We have 4 lessons total and a whole bunch of instant or sorceries to make Serpent of the Past just cheaper. I think now I'll take it over a second Lost Days. I think our deck's getting a little heavy. I'm not playing any of these cards, so I'll take the 20 gems on the Tiger Seal. Right, so this is the advantage to having a complete set, right? So just already from this draft, 40 gems, 20 gems makes 60. That's our 2 rares that are in the deck. And then we were able to take 2 more rares in the sideboard for number 40. We've made 100 gems just by drafting, right? So this draft costs 1,500 gems, and now we're already 100 gems back on that. I'll take the flexible waterbender, I guess, to signal blue is not happening. Twin Blades is an uncommon, helps fill our vault faster, but also is red, and we don't want people feeling like red is pivotable. Here I can take a third Professor's A, don't love it. Another bad pack for us. We'll just take a Lightning Strike. I'm loving the idea of just being mono blue and then splashing red for triple removal spell. Remember, Professor Zay in our mono blue deck or a blue red deck is still basically colorless, right? Because all of our mana will tap for either blue or red. So he's just 2. We will always be able to play him on turn 2 if we have 2 lands. In a way, that actually makes him easier to play than our colored cards because we don't have to worry about having the right colors. Honest Work is absolutely on the chopping block. Giant Koi is on the chopping block as a potential not making the deck. We're not making a lot of things to waterbend with for Benevolent River Spirit. We've seen no forecasting fortune tellers other than the one we passed pick 3. Uh, yeah, I would love some early game flyers. Our deck kind of feels all in on Legend of Karuk and just removing everything they play, which I don't love. I would love more active creatures. Like here's another pack that's just awful for us, right? I take Jong Jong. We have a couple lessons I'm happy to double up on. Iroh's Demonstration being the best, but we do have a Lost Days if we have 8 mana somehow. He has Firebending, I guess. We can use 1 there, but like look at this pack for us, right? This is pick 2. So 1 card's been taken out of this pack. Amazing rare if you're in white. Okay black card, not great black card, not great green card, white removal spell, not great blue card, okay black card, okay green card, not great black red card, great red white card, Bender's Waterskin again. I've seen like 8 of these, and a green white tapland. Like this pack's just not anything close to what we want to be seeing. This is the first like shrine we've seen all game, and once again another pack that's just completely closed off for blue red. Another Momo, a black rare land, whole bunch of whatever cards. I could play the Spirit Oasis as a 3 mana draw card, or I could take a Cat Owl or a Rough Rhino. I'm not playing any of these cards. I'm just taking the rare for 20 gems. Super irritating. Grand's great. Easy pickup for us. We don't have a lot of water bending, but Grand on a turn 1 play is just pretty great all the time. Take another Lost Days, honestly, seeming pretty good. Price of Freedom's basically unplayable. Surge Disciple's not for us. Cow's not for us. I don't want to play a Rumble Arena in this deck at all. Redirect Lightning, Cave of Two Lovers. Interesting. Redirect Lightning's been very so-so. Cave of Two Lovers is decent, but it's a 4-drop. I think I'll take the Redirect Lightning here. I think we're a decently good deck at playing it. Like another Lost Days. Jeez, this is just so not for us. I don't know. Third Lost Days. If we make it to 5 mana, we are so safe. Another Serpent of the Pass, which I don't really want to play. I guess it can be our like, it's not bad as like a 4-drop, right? We 7 mana, so turns 1, 2, and 3 we play, some combination of non-creature spells and whatever. I think a third Professor's A is maybe a bit aggressive, but I don't know what else I'm supposed to take. I'll take a Geyser Lever, whatever. It's just not been for us, I guess. Well, it's hard not to be pessimistic about this one, but I'm going to be honest. I mean, I've been optimistic about a lot of decks that have not done very well, so maybe everything's in upside down land, and I should be less pessimistic about this deck that has maybe more going for it than I'm willing to give it credit for. I don't know if I can play some of the, I mean, we have some cuts to make for sure. For me, I think it's these 3 cards, and this is our deck. I'll play 3 Lost Days. We have decent early game, and then we just Lost Days them a million times. And if we have 2 Professor's A's, we use 1 to sacrifice and get an instant sorcery back and just play another. Yeah, I mean, this seems like the deck to me. A little blue-red. I don't even know. Shenanigans. I should cut an island because we have a giant koi to go get it. And our early game red is fantastic. Professor Zay is going to make it so that we can filter through our deck really well, hopefully. All right, blue-red beats. Let's see how we do. Blue-red. I have a 2-drop. I have a 3-drop. I have a 4-drop. Deal. We have no firebending lessons in this deck, but it doesn't matter. We're still leading on red. They don't know we don't have any firebending lessons. Question will be is if on turn 3 I want to use Professor Zay or play Jong Jong. Either way, we're playing a Professor Zay here. I think I'll likely... Well, actually, I can just discard and draw. That's right. Shared roots? Sure. We can hang out. I'm going to use Professor Zay to discarded Professor Zay. Because, obviously. And then I'll just play my Jong Jong out. Next turn, seeming to me, if we're just gonna hang out, I'm just gonna waterbending lesson. Draw 3 cards. Do I want to get in for 2 damage and have a draw discard up? Or do I want to keep all these cards? I'm just gonna waterbend. I just want all these cards. They've played nothing, right? They've ramped. In a long, drawn-out game, I feel like I'm in a great spot. Next turn, I can play Legend of Karuk. I don't care about that. I'm just going to hold up Zhong Zhong and Professor Zay. I can even get back Waterbending Lesson, but I think I'd much rather just get this Legend of Karuk going. Ari Grasp? No. Blue, blue, blue. We keep up red to signal Firebending Lesson. They don't know it, but it's what I want them to think, right? Scry to just draw a card. I don't need any more lands, but I'll take another removal spell. So now we have lots of removal in hand. I don't want to give them a free attack with the Compassionate Healer, so I'm going to keep up Zhong Zhong. They obviously have something here. I assume it's reinforcements. I just don't understand why they wouldn't have played that. Origin of Metal Bending on Karuk. You got it. This gets back an instant or sorcery only. Okay. So Legend of Karuk was 4 mana, card selection, draw a card, and discard Origin of Metal Bending from their hand. Seems fine to me. Boomy with 2 lessons in the graveyard. Yeah, it seems pretty good. Make him a 7/7 and Earthbend 3. You can also choose to just scry in there somewhere. Sure. Pass. I will discard and draw because I don't need a land. Spirit Water Revival seems pretty amazing. I'm not playing it here though. This is an easy Watery Grasp here. And I can't play this with Flash. So I could Watery Grasp and then shuffle away Boomy. But I think I'd rather just get down the Serpent as a 5 mana 6/3. And I'll absolutely offer trades because I'm about to water Spirit Revival, blah 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 blah. I assume we have some removal spells to face down. White Lotus Reinforcements, Boomy is an ally. Removal spell? Green white. World is your oyster. We're just gonna Watery Grasp their Boomy. Rocky Rebuke, sure. Pass. Yeah, they gain a life and scry. Do I chump with Zhong Zhong or Professor Zay to minimize damage here? He doesn't have trample, and I think that's pretty relevant. I think I do. I think I'll block with Professor Zay. And then draw a discard. Discarding. I guess I actually want land, right? Just gonna discard the fish. Next turn we're Watery Grasping. How much mana do I have? 5, 6, 7, so we can double Lost Days off of Zhong Zhong. Or double Iroh's Demonstration to just murder Boomy. Odd choices here. We have 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, so we're 1 off being able to do anything with that. I kind of want to just play passive and deal 4 damage to White Lotus Reinforcements. And then Watery Grasp Boomy. and hold up being able to shuffle away the land or the Boomy into their deck. We have Lost Days not up, but that's okay. We have Waterbend 5 up, right? So we can do Waterbend on either of these. So if they like Origins of Metal Bending the Watery Grasp, I just Waterbend it away. Gather the White Lotus for X equals 2. You got it. Two top. All right, we have a fun play here then. They pass 2 attacks. I think you should shuffle this forest away because you clearly liked what was on top, so this shuffles their library. Here, I now have enough mana to hold up activating Zhong and Lost Dazing. That seems pretty great, and then we're going to draw 7 the next turn. Feeling like this is pretty locked up, but there's a lot of crazy bombs in this format, so I commit nothing. I can also shuffle away Boomy if they try to use it to like fight or whatever. We have tricks. Keep it on top? Sure. Alright, show me what you got. Razor Rings. That's a little bit annoying. I shall activate Zhong. Because by activating Zhong, I get 2 copies of this. And I can use it to get rid of all of our things. Make 2 clues. I'm actually going to shuffle away the Compassionate Healer instead of the other 1/1 because I just don't want to keep this on the board for them. Rocky Rebuke to guarantee that I kill Zhong and I don't save it. That's cute. Well, I take 1. I have 8 mana in play. The Spirit Water Revival is not enough to... Oh no, I have 2 clues, so I can Waterbend. Okay, 8, 9, 10, minus 2 is 8, plus 1 is 9 again. So I do have enough mana to play the Knowledge Seeker first, and then I will just Waterbend my entire board, put additional 1/1 counter on the Knowledge Seeker, and draw 7. Awesome. We drew exactly Island Octopus form. Get wrecked. This is so ridiculous. Double Lightning Strike, Iroh, Professor Zay. Yoshi Warriors is pretty good. I think I will take 1 to have this as a protection spell. I will play another mountain. I shall Lightning Strike your Kyoshi Warrior. This has Vigilance. Awesome. I attack. I do want to draw a card. That's pretty good. Next. And we'll play a Professor Zay. Holding up Clue. Holding up Octopus form. Holding up Lightning Strike. Master Pion Dao. That's really good here, actually. That is really good here. Oh no, I have Iroh's does 4, that's right. I mean, yeah, this game just feels so over. Okay. First round win. Let's keep it rolling. Alright, game 2, we have Giant Koi, we have Teo. And more importantly, we have Professor Zay to help us filter a little bit of our draws. I like it. Obviously, we eventually need to find a red source, but we're in no rush. Professor Zay is aplenty. Should stumble upon it eventually. In theory. Opponent's thinking about it. They have the Avatar sleeves. Alright. Well, Zhong is not a good draw. Bleh. I may discard him, actually. We don't draw a mountain. If we don't draw any land, I may have to cycle the Giant Koi to just get an island out of the deck. Ooh, turn 2 Lightning Strike on Professor Zay. Normally not a big deal. Pretty big deal here. Island is not a great draw, but it at least means we get to play Teo next turn. Zhong. Alright, we really want to draw a mountain. We got 6 in the deck, or 7 in the deck. Nope, we'll draw another island, of course. Yeah, seems about how it's been going. Let's see if they can make immediate use of it. Zhong's Deserter, Exhaust, and then Firebending Lesson does it. That's kind of fine, actually. Waterbending Lesson. I think I'd rather try and find a mountain this way. Okay. Well, now Zhong's is looking real yuck. The 1/1 counter. Get a free block. I'm giving it to him. I mean, I feel like I gotta. Waterbending Lesson. Yep. Discarding island, I guess. We have an island to play. I'm gonna keep up Octopus Form in case they have a removal spell here, and then we'll Watery Grasp if they do go to combat with the Earth Rumble Wrestlers. Mongoose Lizard, that's fine. It's actually great, them taking essentially a turn off here to cycle. We have Lost Days as well, so like we're in business. Uh-huh. We can force them to use the Zhong's Deserter's Exhaust with this Watery Grasp. Yeah, I like it. They don't have an instant speed removal spell that realistically helps them here, but this forces them to use their whole turn just turning Zhong into a 3/4 to not die. Oh. They're just sacking Zhong to cycle of renewal instead? They must really need the colors for the ramp. That's amazing for us. Okay, well, I go to combat. We hit the mountain. I think at this point I discard Lightning Strike. Put a counter on Teo. Yep. Play the mountain. Watery Grasp. And now we're holding up Lost Days, Redirect Lightning. And then once we've cast either of these, Serpent of the Past has Flash. Liking what I'm seeing. 3/6 is huge, right? Boomy's Bash kills it, and I can redirect Lightning that. Sparring Dummy is literally irrelevant. I think this entire card is unplayable. I mean, I'm keeping all my mana up. I have no desire to shuffle away the thingy. Let's attack with Teo before just playing the land. Because there's a world where I just discard the land. Yep. I'd rather keep up Lost Days and Redirect Lightning, please. Like I said, Sparring Dummy changed nothing on the board. I think it would have been more impactful for them to sack Umashi City, right? Like, what does this do? They're trying to fill the graveyard already has stuff in it. Like, I don't know. I guess this is an Iroh deck, right? A Mill Lightning Strike just does nothing. I can even Lost Day as my own thing if I need to. Spell or ability with a single target, and that does 5, so it can't even hit my thing. And I really wish I had one more lesson in the graveyard, but I don't want to discard either of these lessons. I don't want to play that and then have them barrels it for free, right? I guess we just go to combat. Teo's just kind of doing the Teo thing, right? Deals 4 now. I don't want to commit to the board and put Ghost Shields down on all of my removal. I'm essentially holding up 3 removal spells right now, right? Spell or ability with a single target. That I am going to redirect lightning. Paying 5 life. Because I do not want them bouncing my Teo and losing all his counters. Like, he's threatening lethal in 2 turns now. Also, doing that makes Serpent of the Past have flash. And we're still holding up a Lost Days if they do have a removal spell here. Replay of Aspiring Dummies, you got it. 1 red, green, there's nothing I'm worried about. They also technically have every color, but they really don't. Now I get to start flashing these in on end step. That was the other reason I was more than happy to just do that. Well. Oh, they have Waterbend 3 to make the Invasion Submersible a creature. So there's no point in Iroh's demonstrationing because it doesn't kill them. Alright, to combat. They have to chump with the Sparring Dummy or the Invasion Submersible, either of which I don't care. Yeah, I want to discard a thing to make it so that Teo is lethal in 2 turns. Right? I guess they have Pillar Launch or Yip Yip as a way to actually do things. Sure. Play a land. We're tight on red mana, so I'm just going to immediately do this. And then we're holding up Watery Grasping away their thing and Lost Dazing whatever else. If they spend their whole turn barrelsing this, they just lose. Aang's Journey pumping them up to 7. Oh, you know what I should have done? I should have shuffled away their barrels in response to that. I just let this die, because I win with the second Serpents of the Past anyway, because it has Flash. Alright, 2-0. Easy peasy. It wasn't, but... The blue-red grind is grinding. Do-do-do. Iroh's demonstration on turn 2 seems like a good way to stay safe. I can also just Giant Koi if they don't play a 1-drop. I like just Giant Koiing. Yeah, that's a good card. Go get an island. I do believe I'm supposed to just draw 2 here. I can get this back later with Professor Zay's, but I need cards. Now we have Professor Zay Iroh's demonstration to kill Treetop, or not, to kill Zhang's deserters, or deal 1 to the board. Choices, choices. I want to say I just deal 1 to the board. I'd rather them have a 2-3 than a 2-1 and a 1-1 when I have 1 blocker. Okay. Uh-huh. Well, Lightning Strike's a pretty great draw. I messed up by not playing my mountain. Say Livy. Next. Oop, I didn't even process that. I need double red for this play. Let's see what they're doing here. See if it matters. I buy. That's fine, actually. Lost Days is pretty good against that. Eventually. Yeah, they don't really have attacks. I will draw a discard, or discard draw. Do I want to put a Serpent of the Past in the graveyard? Or a mountain? Yeah, Serpent of the Past. I already have one in hand. Another mountain makes that feel worse, but I accept. What do we want to do? Oh. Spirit Revival does exile itself even when you don't kick it. That's good to know. Don't think it really changes much here. This is enters or attacks. I can do this a lot of different ways. Just deciding what the best move is here. I think it starts with Waterbending Lesson. Wow, that was not good draws. And then I'm just going to hold up Lightning Striking and drawing and discarding. Ebe is eventually going to be problematic. We need to find one of our copies of Lost Days, which we have a bajillion of, so it's kind of what we're digging to. The hope was that I just drew one there, and that made my life a lot easier, but ugh, pretending Foxbearers, that's pretty gross. Yep, what do you want to sacrifice? Yep. Pass. You make a 1-1. Do I take 7 here? To hold up Professor Zay, getting back Iroh's demonstration? This sure is a choice. But either way, we're lightning striking this. I do think I actually take 7 here. Discarding another mountain to draw. Second Professor Zay. Okay. Water Tribe. Nice. Octopus Form. That's an interesting card here. Well, I'm obviously playing this land. So we pay 1 and get back... Yeah, this is ugly. I guess I just... Oh, we have Flash with Octopus Form on... Okay. I see the path. We do not attack. So Octopus Form reduces the cost of Serpent of the Past and makes him flashy. So now, when they attack... Let's see if they sack something. make Hebei really, really big. They don't. Well then, I have 7 mana. 3 goes into Zhang, 1 goes into Octopus form. That's 4. Serpent of the Past costs 1 less. So we just need to make sure we're leaving up double blue, or triple blue actually. Zhang's Deserter. I discard a card and I draw a card. I discard Teo. I get a mountain. I use this and target this. I target this again. We're in full control. I submit 1. I let the first one resolve. And then I discard a card. It's this mountain I drew. Resolve. Draw Legend of Karuk. We let this one resolve. Serpent of the Past now costs 3 and has flash. We flash it in. We pass the blocks now. They can make Hebei an 8/8. So if I double block it and single block Treetop Freedom Fighters, I can keep 1 thing alive. But then it moves its counters onto target creature. So I think what I actually need to do is remove all of our creatures. But I have to chump block Hebei. So Zhang's done his job. This beats this, and this beats that even with a pump. And we see what they do. All that, they could have like a Twin Blades here, and this is just total blowout. I discard draw again. I don't need the second Professor Z. Gran is acceptable. Oh, okay. That doesn't have... I can get back 1 instant or sorcery in Iroh's demonstration. Yep, that seems necessary here. And we blow up the flying 4/4 if it kills me. And then we play Gran with intent to chump block and hold up Redirect Lightning over playing Legend of Karuk. So they try and remove my creature. I pay auto pay. I can deal 6 to their 1/1. And now if they attack, I double block. Over chumping with Gran. Oh, we drew Velocities. Well, ain't that snazzy. Second Lost Days. Yes, please. Let's see what you got. Do you have a Redirect Lightning? No, because you would just Redirect Lightning to my Redirect Lightning. I don't want this parrot. Bing, bing. Wow. We might have stolen one here. Yeah. Skillful play is what is making the difference here. We're 3-0. Don't jinx it. All right. Double Professor Z. Removal spell going first. I like all the things. Should have led on a mountain, but life goes on. I don't think it changes what they would have done here. I play Professor Zay. White blue flyers could be what we're dealing. Mono white, perhaps? I guess before I play the land even, I'm just going to discard and draw and see what's up. I'll discard the second Professor Zay right away. Well, we need a double blue here at some point. Legend of Karuk next turn would be incredible, but discard and draw. Other mountain. Okay, deck. Thank you for that. Professor Zay's helping us though. This is they're not doing anything, and if they're not, ooh, that's getting really silly deck. That's all of our mountains. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's every mountain in our deck. Okay. Well, at least now we're holding up lost days. For, I don't know, flash something. Sandbender's Storm. Why did I not get a chance to lost days that? It's pretty annoying. White Lotus Reinforcements, sure. Momo is bigger. They're going for the damage. No. If this is enter the Avatar state, seems like yep, but alright. How much do you want to bet that I am going to draw not an island still? Chongjong's not the worst. Ugh, this is so annoying. So I can White Lotus Reinforcements, or shuffle away White Lotus Reinforcements, I guess. It has Vigilance, so these Wari Grasps are really not doing a lot for us, are they? I guess cracking the clue is better. Alright, whatever. Whatever. We have gone through almost half of our deck and not seen a second island, but we've seen every mountain in our deck. Sure, that's so irrelevant. I'll take 4 here. And I can now just keep holding up Professor Zay. Okay. I'm gonna just hold up Professor Zay at this point. Let's see how far we have to go to hit a second blue source in our mostly blue source deck. I believe we're running 7 and 9. Wow. Second White Lotus Reinforcement is pretty cracked. I will get rid of the one that's attacking. Reduce Momo's damage by 2. By the way, we also have all of our red removal spells that we just haven't seen. Yeah, Wari Grass is seeming pretty bad, but Grand's worse. Hey, a red removal spell. Octopus Form. Still no Island. I'm just going to deal 4 to this right now. Cool. Crack the clue. Hit an island. Surely. Whatever. I can now get back a removal spell. But their next draw. And you deal 1 to me in the air. By Octopus Form does not give reach. Land go. Next turn, I actually may want to shuffle away Momo because it also means they don't draw the White Lotus reinforcement. Well, let's see what they do here. Our Serpent of the Past is also now have, our past now has Flash. We've gotten bullied down to 8 from a single Momo because of the way our deck worked. We drew all 3 of our double blue cards. Big Appa. He's here. Airbend, target non-land permanent. Give me back Aang's Iceberg. Oh. Give it flying. Yeah, sure. Discard, draw. Flurry Grasp, still seeming pretty bad. Still not drawing an island. Still not drawing an island. There's 17 cards left in our deck, and I'm pretty sure 9 of them are islands. This is insanity. I can sack Professor Zay to get back Iroh's Demonstration, and then have Lightning Strike, I guess. I don't know. Iroh's Demonstration. Kill Appa. This is absurd. And then we have Lightning Strike for the White Lotus reinforcements. I'm at a loss at this point. Earth Kingdom General. Sure. Sure. I guess it's a 2/2 haste. I can lock this down. I just take 3 here? I'm so mana tight. Kill Momo in the air, because I can block things on the ground if we ever draw the island. Because next turn we play a flashy 6/5, assuming we draw an island, or we play Teo and Wari Grasp. All of these things just block, assuming we draw an island. Game is stupid. Game is stupid in a way that I don't even know how to describe. This doesn't untap. So 16 cards left. 9 of them are islands. We've needed 1 island for the entire game. Right? We just have to take 3 here. Yep. Rocky Rebuke, why not? We're not dead if we draw an island. Alright, we're not technically dead, we're at 1. We flash in Serpent of the Past and block Earth Kingdom General. I feel like they've had Yip Yip the whole game, though. See what they want to do. Master Piandao. I shuffle away your land that you don't actually want. Octopus form makes it so it doesn't die to first strike. But they do get to get a free ally off of this. Ain't nothing I can do about it. I mean, I think it's really obvious what I'm threatening. I'm at 1 anyway, so. If they go straight to combat, I'm pretty happy to see that. Attack with both. White, green. Yeah, there's nothing I'm really worried about. I mean, if they hit a removal spell, they win. Toph? That's a different color. We've seen no fixing. Do your worst. Cool. Have you been just holding a mountain? But then you don't get an instant or sorcery back. Rumble Arena. Let's see. What instant or sorcery do you get back? Rocky Rebuke or Sandbender's Storm? Okay. We gotta be careful about our deck too, which is kind of obnoxious. We're putting the hurt on him. Redirect Lightning. We can't pay the life. So we have to leave up 3 mana. If they get Toph and then Sandbender's Storm, there isn't another creature on the battlefield that they can target. And they get to Earthbend. Oh, but they can't do it all in one turn. So we get a turn here of protection to hold up. Yeah, we can put the hurt on. We're holding up Serpent's Pass and the second Serpent of the Pass and Redirect Lightning with this attack because White Lotus reinforcements can't get through. So they play Toph, discard whatever they got, get back either Rocky Rebuke or the Lesson or Sandbender's Storm, but neither of them kill me. Yep. I wonder if they get back Rocky Rebuke. Oh, it's an ally, so Toph will be able to die. So they get Rocky Rebuke. This is fine because they think it's lethal, and I get to flash in the Serpent of the Pass and block White Lotus reinforcements. Yep, you have a Rocky Rebuke. We actually win. This is nuts. We're gonna win at 1 life. Yep. Oh, restraint. I like that for you. I flash this in anyway. Because you now need to get to blocking. You can force a trade with one of these and Earthbend 1. And then I play the Giant Koi. Maybe I can't attack with either of the 6/5s. They make an additional... We need blockers. For every time they cast a spell, they get to Earthbend 1, and I'm at 1 health. That's really annoying. Oh, this is so close. This dies anyway to Rocky Rebuke. So they're letting me get the free attack in and discard. And then I can put a 1/1 counter on Teo. And if they don't use Rocky Rebuke right now, it doesn't kill it. That's weird. They're letting me get in for 2 free damage. I play the island. Problem is, I can't hold up Redirect Lightning. I just have to play the fish. We're not dead on board. They have a 2 mana spell, which they'll be able to target Rumble Arena. They should have just done this last turn. What'd you draw? Any spell wins. They drew a land? Any spell won. It was the best we could do, because if we don't do that, they just Rocky Rebuke Teo, and it kills it. So it makes no difference, right? Like whether or not Teo's tapped or untapped, because then Rocky Rebuke just kills it. So I correctly read that. don't know how we won that from 1 health. I don't think they played really well, but we're just making our way. Turn 2 Knowledge Seeker, holding up Redirect Lightning to protect it, and Octopus Form to protect it on the following turn, and if they kill it on the turn it comes down, I get a clue. Seems not bad. Corrupt Court Official, Badger Mole Cub on turn 2. Uh-oh. Well, let's see if we just get destroyed. Not much we can do about it. Badger Mole Cub on turn 2 on the play is when it is at its best. Rocky Rebuke? Sure. That is fine. I'd love to stop drawing lands, though. Iroh's Demonstration seems pretty good here. No Badger Mole Cub for you, please. Should have played my Mountain for Redirect Lightning, but I don't know what single target things I would even care about. Whoa. This is ramping, I guess. Double Island. That's wild. Well, they'll have 6 mana next turn, so we'll hold up Redirect Lightning and cracking the clue. That's irrelevant. Pass. I will crack my clue. And now we're holding up Lost Days. But I think I'd rather just play Waterbending Lesson and hold up Redirect Lightning. Quench me. I'm gonna Redirect Lightning, paying 5 life to Redirect Lightning onto itself. I will draw my 3, please. I will discard a land. They have no pressure on the board, so 5 life feels whatever, and our hand is all removal now, so... Earthbend 3 and make him a 7/7. I do not like Lost Daying the Boomy, but I might have to. Watery Grasp here. And then next, a mill card. They get the land. I have to end turn because otherwise they can Sparring Dummy, put it back. Yep. I lost days. Do you have a protection spell? If you do, it's pretty gross. Second, it'll quench you. Okay. That's pretty good here, to say the least. Wild that you did that pre-combat, too. Alright, you need another protection spell. The play here is I'm going to put Boomy in, and then I'm going to use Watery Grasp's Waterbending to shuffle him away. So we try a Lost Days again. This time I have the mana to pay for It'll Quench Ya. Do they have Hexproof? They put him on second from the top. Shocking. I can't believe they've done this. They mill to get it 1 closer. Sure. They have a way to draw a card now. A clue. Yeah, that's fine. Well, now they can redraw Boomy. Seems pretty great. And now Boomy has 3 lessons in Graveyard. Hey, another Lost Days. That's really funny, actually. Boomy doesn't have haste, so we will play Legend of Karuk. And then Draw Watery Grasp. Yeah. Putting a land on the bottom. Next. End turn. So we can Lightning Strike the land if they have a land to play first here. Crazy that they don't. They get to do all the things. Mm-hmm. Three top. That's terrifying. Oh, because they can knowingly mill a card here and hit a land. That makes a lot of sense. And then they can have either the next card or the card after also be a land, and it's still pretty good. Getting pretty low on cards, though. I am going to bonk this with the Lightning Strike, because I can Watery Grasp this. Land's not even that bad. Professor Zay's great. I want that. I play land. I play Professor Zay. I Watery Grasp the island again. And they need another removal spell. We're going to Lost Days Boomy a third time. They've already gotten 2 Ill Quenches out of the deck. Pass to attackers. Pass to blockers. He does not have trample. So I will block, just in case they have a trick. They're like, this is ridiculous. How many Lost Days does this guy have? By the way, I'm going to sack Professor Zay to get Lost Days back. Fun fact. That is the plan. We're helping them not mill, but I think that's fine. Benevolent River Spirit. Oh, that's pretty good here. I get Karuk going. We have a Teo on top. I don't have anything that just kills a 4/5, right? Nope. Well, I play Teo. I need to Waterbend 20 for Avatar Karuk. Doesn't seem like it's happening right now. That's okay, though. We're going to Waterbend this forest away. They have nothing in the air. So it's this, Karuk, Teo, Baklu, and a land. By the way, we're going to Octopus Form to protect Teo and make it so that the River Spirit can't hit us. And make another 1/1 off of this. The 1/1s just keep coming. Hexproof, pass the blocks. I block. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Right, 5 creatures, 9 or 8 lands, and a clue. Gotta be very careful about the draw discards. Rise of Sozin. Oh. Alright, I'll waterbend your land away so you don't get it back even. That's really bad. The Serpent's pretty good. 5, 6, 7, 8. I play a Giant Koi. Next, end turn. I don't think they're naming Serpent of the Pass. If they do, they're crazy. I'm not even gonna be mad. I would love to know what name they chose. Look at my graveyard. It'll quench ya. Yep, that's what I would think with double blue up. I actually have no It'll Quenches in the deck. But they do get to see the rest of my deck, and they do get to see I have the Spirit Water Revival. Pretty big deal. Okay. Well, that's ridiculous. Alright, Mr. Bombs, you got it. This is Badgermole Cub. I get to exile a card from my graveyard for you. If I give you back an instant or sorcery, you can get back Rocky Rebuke and also start filtering. Exile a non-land card, huh? Give you back Redirect Lightning at this point, right? I don't even know. This is so gross. Can't really give you Lightning Strike. Iroh's Demonstration doesn't do a lot against me. Grand. That's nice. Well, you're tapped out, so I'll just play the Serpent now. Zhong. I'll tap a red for him. Or I'll tap a red for the clue, please. Second Serpent of the Pass is pretty cute. I attack with the Serpent of the Pass. Because that has another one. The Giant Koi is kind of a problem. And they also get a Rise of Sows in here. I don't really know if I have a shot, but we'll give it our best, you know? I mean, there's no harm in it. They can pay 1 to blow up Iroh. And they're like, haha, I can now attack with Azula. I block Azula. Yeah, you get Firebending to draw a discard with Grand. Problem is, if Firelord Sozin hits me, I die. Like a million times over. Also, the fish kills me. So, really running low on options here. Yeah, getting the fish is pretty brutal. Oh, they didn't cast the fish before Azula died. What? What have they done? They're throwing. Discard a land and draw 2. By the way, they have 6 lands in play. Definitely not discard. Put a lesson in the graveyard. What is happening? They're throwing. Bounce. Boom. You don't have the mana to cast him. And now you're behind on mana, and you're going to be behind on life. And we drew a Spirit Water Revival? Okay, so we have to tap a Serpent to do this, but that's obviously totally worth it. I can't actually use Redirect Lightning. Right, so I play Island. Now Rise of Sozin isn't even scary. What just happened? And now I'm not worried about the card draw war. So like, yeah, you can play Grand and kill both my 6/5s, I guess. Can't do anything about that, but we have a whole new game plan. I just need to make sure I'm not letting them. Chapter 2 actually is the problem for their Rise of Sozin thing, not Chapter 1. Grand is not optional on the draw discard. They go down to 11 cards. Okay. So I just play Lost Days on Rise of Sozin. They choose to put it second from the top. I go get Professor Zay. And I pass with Redirect Lightning up. I'm at 3, so we gotta be careful. Enchant creature. Pay the full mana. Enchant your creature. True Ancestry. Getting back. Yeah, sure. You kill Professor Zay finally. All right. I draw off the clue. I do not want to play Professor Zay. Their top card is Rise of Sozin. They drew a land. Did they just play the Rise of Sozin? Surely not, right? I don't think they understand that their actual issue here is they're going to run out of cards. They're like, well, I have infinite board clear. Like, okay. You destroy all creatures. Pass. I pass to my turn. I now get to play out my creatures. And then this may sound crazy. I'm putting a Watery Grasp on my own Professor Zay so that I can shuffle it back if they try to kill it. Yep. I don't know what they choose here. Lost Days, probably. Yep. I do have 2 in the deck. Right? 1 in grave, 2 in deck. They left the one in the graveyard. Huge misplay. Gotta be careful. Grand is not optional. But now I can kill Rise of Sozin with Iroh's Demonstration Lightning Strike. I will attack with Grand. Yep, don't want that. And I'm just gonna sacrifice this and get back Lost Days again. See what they want to do. They make Sozin a dude. But this time I can kill it. They have 6 cards in deck. They have 5 cards in deck. We're down to 12. And we have enough mana to do it all. 11 cards in deck? No, I want all my cards. So I just Lightning Strike. And we hold up Lost Days. I just replay Teo. And I pass no attacks. Teo's gonna draw a discard as well. We have to be very careful about them being able to Earthbend and kill us. Draw 3 puts me to 7. I'm gonna attack with Teo first and see what's up. I don't want to draw 3. I put it on Teo, obviously. Now we can double Lost Days. I can Lost Days my own creatures, by the way. That's why I'm not too worried about milling out. I'm just worried about dying to creatures. Lost Day, though, protects me from Earthbending. They're down to 3 cards. They're down to 2. They should have almost all lands, right? 1, 2. Okay, draw 3. Good game, friend. Plus, you also have a Spirit Water Revival. That'd be crazy. Can't do nothing about it if they do. Well, that was a battle. Sure. Returns them to the battlefield tapped, and you Earthbend 3. 9 lessons. Even with haste, right? Even if they had the extra land here to Earthbend with attacks. Yeah, we played this basically perfectly. So, yeah. Using their own Rise of Sozin kind of against them.
I don't know what we're... I'll just skip this.
That was very not nice opponent, but we take the win. We're now in Diamond 3. All right. Game 6, we're 5-0. I see double removal spell on the draw. I like it. I keep it. Can't make me not keep it. Merchant of Many Hats. Well, it doesn't really get removed very efficiently, does it? Do I keep the fish in hand, or do I cycle for an island? Choices. What I'd like is for them to play something here that I want to Lightning Strike. They don't. Okay. I'm gonna pass a turn on using the Iguana Parrot. I want to hold up Redirect Lightning with it. And I'm pretty happy to just chill with Lightning Strike up and Giant Koi up if they do nothing. Seems like they just have removal. And I don't want to just play one of my only creatures into it. Plus we need the island for Lost Days anyway. Alright. Iguana Parrot. And then I would love them to just try to exile this, and then I get to exile their merchant. Incredible. I will absolutely pay 5 life to permanently exile your merchant and save my Iguana Parrot. Seems pretty good to me. Oh. Well, that's going to get Iroh's Demonstration or Scherzies. And obviously my parrot now gets sold out, but kind of done its job. Can't really afford to try and save it. So I won't. Maybe they don't even, kill it. Oh. That's a way more efficient removal spell. That's annoying. Well, if they just are going to have all removal, I'm not going to play my 6/5 into it naked. There's no point. I'm fine with just playing land go. They're not even playing lands, so favors me for sure. Flopsy. Let's shuffle that away. And I'll make a clue. Because it also makes Serpent of the Past instant speed and cost 2 less, or 1 less. Another land, huh? Alright, we're gonna land heavy deck. I'll play a Grand. Seems good here. Holding up instant speed, Serpent of the Past, holding up Lightning Strike. Another Swamp Snare Trap, sure. Well, I'm not just playing my Serpent of the Past into their open mana. Not when they're redrawing Flopsy here. They won't be able to... Oh, I get to play both here? That seems probably worth it. I would love to draw Lost Days. Watery Grasp. Yeah. Go away. And they don't know it, but they're basically dead. Remember, we have 3 Professor Zays in the deck, so this Lightning Strike is a lot of burn. Okay, we're 6-0. Awesome. We have not had a chance even to go 7-0 yet in this set. So let's see if we can do it. All right, game 7, going for the 7-0. We have a Professor Zay into a lot of our good 3s and 4s. I think that's a must keep on the draw. Is Giant Koi a better turn to play? Depends what they do here. It is no longer a better turn to play because this, hypothetically at least, blocks the Knowledge Seeker unless they have a card draw spell, and we drew the land, so we can play something next turn. Oh no. Well, that's a bomb. That's also kind of a... I mean, I'm always blocking. Duh. Okay. Well, Iroh's Demonstration is a huge draw. And I do think I immediately get it back. We're going to need the removal. Next turn, I want to go Giant Koi if I don't draw a land anyway, and then it gives me a turn to play to do it. Remember, you have to do this on your turn, so I can't just hold this up and make that decision next turn. And it means that they can't play like 1 health creatures here. Or they just die. Please don't tap my mountain. Island cycling, yes please. I do believe I just slam the Iroh's Demonstration now, dealing 4. If they have a protection spell for this, so be it. If they have nothing and they're just drawing a clue, or drawing off the clue, so be it. With an Abandoned Air Temple, I just don't want to give them creatures to sit on with how slow and reactive our deck is. Legend of Karuk, hopefully hitting a land would be very big. Particularly an island. Okay, Lost Days may be better than playing Legend of Karuk. Yeah, no, I think I'm still going to play Legend of Karuk and then Watery Grasp the Azula. Need lands. Don't I? I think these both go to the bottom. Professor Zay, it takes 2 turns for him to get back a removal spell. I don't love it, but I think in order to win this, how much do you're gonna cost? You're gonna cost pretty cheap. We're gonna get to shuffle. We just need lands for the Spirit Water Revival eventually. Gran's a good draw. I'm just immediately Watery Grasping the Azula on the hunt though. Still need a land. Scavengers, when it dies, gets back one of multiple creatures. Only when it dies, though. Wow. Just immediately using the Azula to make a clue and draw again. Well, I'll just put the I'll just shuffle away the Scavengers pretty happily, right? Hit me with a land, please. That is a land. It's a good land, too. It means I get to hold up Redirect Lightning for next turn. I don't know what in particular I'm worried about. Wow, they put that back on top. That's kind of crazy. Yeah, I don't know what they could have here, but I'm holding up a Redirect Lightning anyway. Messenger Hawk, you got it. Because Karuk's going to start doing Karuk things. They don't have enough mana to put a 1/1 counter on this. Uh, don't have enough lessons for Grand Grand, but that's okay. We're just slamming a Lightning Strike on Messenger Hawk anyway, with a Redirect Lightning available. Redirect Lightning, paying the mana, choose a spell or ability, auto pay, exile Azula, Lightning Strike, another 1/1, and play Grand Grand. Next turn, Spirit Water Revival, draw 7. We're not quite at being able to use Avatar Karuk for an additional turn, right? 6 mana plus 5 creatures is 11, plus a clue is 12 permanents. Octopus form's good. Do I play Teo first? Probably, right? I don't care about the Sandbender Scavengers at all. And it makes 2 things. So now we Spirit Water Revival, additional cost, Waterbend 6. We're at 14, so I'm not worried about life. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Because I want to attack with the unblockable things. The draw discard's irrelevant. I don't have the mana to get under It'll Quench Ya. This is irrelevant. Yeah, I wanted the land. And they don't know it, but I could be holding up another It'll Redirect Lightning. It's looking pretty gnarly. They could have Avatar's Wrath. Bounce everything but their Sandbender Scavengers. I have a second Lost Days for their Sandbender Scavengers, so that's pretty fun. Leaving up all the mana, huh? I play a land. I have 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 16, 17 mana for waterbending to get the thing. So I just attack with all the unblockable creatures. And Teo. See what they want to do. Once again, I can Lost Days the Sandbender Scavengers. I may do that just because it's good. Yeah, you can kill Teo. I still get to draw and discard and put a 1/1 counter on a creature. Airbending Lesson, my Avatar Karuk. Response. I make another 1/1. You gotta put that on the bottom. We put it back on top, you're hilarious. I discard one of my 3 Professor Zays, putting a 1/1 counter on one of the attacking unblockable creatures. 7-0. This format's so stupid. Okay. After all of the drama and struggles with being a diamond after terrible draft with good deck, this is the deck that not only trophies, but is our first 7-0 of the format. This is what gets there. Crazy. I mean, this deck's good, right? It's not so much better than the decks that we've had go like basically 0-3 that it feels comparable. So our rares are Redirect Lightning, Spirit Water Revival, and the Legend of Karuk. All good rares. I think the Redirect Lightning pulled its weight for sure in this draft, and Spirit Water Revival can feel like a just instant win in control matchups. And Legend of Karuk didn't do too much craziness except for that game, but It is pretty crazy if you get to flip it. The real thing is we just had insane removal and we drew it at the right times, right? Double Wari Grass, triple Lost Days, double Lightning Strike, and a single Iroh's Demonstration. But triple Professor Zay being an extra copy of all those removal spells is also pretty great, with pretty consistent protection in late game and card draw to get there. Honestly, the rest of our deck is fine. Double Serpent the Pass is good. But this is a 7-0 deck, right? We have the removal, we have a couple bomby bombs, and then everything else is just consistency. Uh, and that's what we did. We didn't really run into any of the things that we've been struggling with. We didn't hit one of those. I would feel like any of our opponents really hit one of those nut draws where we just sit there with our hands in the air, like, what were we supposed to have done against that? But I feel like this deck was pretty resilient against some of the bombs we did see. Like, we beat the deck that played Badgermole Cub on turn two, and then had Rise of Sozin and one other pretty darn good rare, but I'm just forgetting, and Toph, right? Like all really good rares, and we beat that deck through infinitely lost dazings their stuff and milling them out, which is pretty fun. So that's the deck. We now have a real shot of making it to Mythic. Going 7-0 is just a huge jump. Uh, if you think about it, we averaged 2 wins net a draft. So going 7-0 is like our last 3 drafts going 5-3 instead of spinning our wheels. And if that were true, we're right where we would want to be to have a shot to actually make it. So let's see if we can push through over the rest of the holiday. I'm going to have a little bit of an odd upload schedule given the holiday. So just keep that in mind. I may pre-record a couple drafts and have them come out on the holiday days, but more likely I will just be doing a late push in between Christmas and New Year's. So thank you for all your support. If you enjoyed this video, if you enjoyed this draft, I greatly appreciate if you would like, subscribe, whatever you want to do. But more importantly than anything else, I hope to see you on the next one. Thanks.